Champion. So proud of you. Chicago booth
Yes, Chicago
and
Booth and Stern. And I received this thing from like a Zoom call invitation from Darden as well. So that's going to be today evening.
hey, rocking. So you are on a roll now. So you have Stern admits, you have Booth admit. By the way, how was the first experience when you got admitted to Booth?
I couldn't believe it. I didn't even check. I just told my sister, you know what? Just take my laptop, just click on this, keep refreshing it. I saw and the congratulatory video started playing, and then I was like completely in disbelief. Like, I think it took maybe like the entire night for me to actually believe I got in. But yeah,
Tell me what were the main things that had an impact on this entire transition?
like when I first joined, to the point where I actually completed applications and I received an interview, and then we had that call. I think the energy just shifted. Like I came in with I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what is going to happen. There are so many things to handle, so many things to take care of. So I was just constantly, thinking about what if I don't get in? What if I don't get in? What if I don't get in? But then, after going through the entire process and actually receiving, the first interview invite, that and then that is where you said that the sample mock interview call that we had, there my energy was different, because I also watched your videos and I saw your energy, and it was a little infectious. So yes, just before the call itself, I just ended that last interview series prep module. So that's why it was all infectious, and I was all
Tell me one thing. What anything else that you think was made a major impact on your entire transition? People a lot of times think that admissions is all about language, grammar, working on English language. Was that it, Jheel?
Actually, no. That grammar is like the least important part of it, and I believe like the English and the framing is like that's like just something that you don't even need to worry about. I mean, that's the least important thing in the entire process. So coming in, I think the major takeaway or the major transformation for me was one, my resume. And this, like when I first gave you my draft, you were like, okay, I'm glad I have this opportunity because I can really transform this. And then I started laughing when I read that.
No,
But
I
then
was very excited when I saw your resume. I was like, I'm so glad I'm working on it because this resume, people won't get understand it, and this profile rocks. This person rocks. What is wrong with this resume?
correct. So exactly. So that's why, like, when I saw the final resume versus when the first draft that I had sent you, and I was not able to believe, the transformation that you need to portray yourself to someone who's not in your industry, and you need to also explain to them what you have done and what the impact is. Another thing I think was key for me was working on the goals, because that I came in with slightly different goals.
See, one of the major drawbacks that with people is that if we don't buy our own profile, we can't sell it. If we are internally not convinced, there is no way we can convince anyone. Did you eventually buy your own profile, Jheel? Were you convinced?
Yeah, I mean, initially I didn't, to be honest. Initially, I was like, there are so many people, I've read so many great profiles, and these are the kind of people that are entering the business school. I am not sure if I have it, or if I can do it. But then throughout the process, networking, finding out what you want to do, what your actual skill sets are, And again, the resume exercise that we did, bringing out that impact, that also made me realize somewhere that yes, I can be in the running. I mean, it's not that bad.
You are an amazing, fantastic person. I also want to give credit to you because you imbibed everything that was given to you. You absorbed the entire feedback. Whatever is thrown at you, it sticks. So
I mean, that's why I came to you, right? I mean, I don't know what the admission looks for. I don't know, my profile, how it can be viewed as from a third party point of view. And that is where, I mean, that's why I'm here. That's why I came to you for feedback. And you also, I mean, you gave it straight to the point.
yeah.
So that actually helped, yes.
How did you manage rejections? Did you get rejections?
So I applied to 7 schools in round 1, and I did not get an interview invite from one of them. I got the interviews for other 6, and the one that I did not get an interview from, I had applied thinking that it was a safe school. So that is when I actually emailed you.
So you did not get an interview from safe school, but you got an admit from Chicago Booth. Hey, was that school better than Booth or lower than Booth?
I mean, it was my safe school, so.
It was way lower than Booth. See, this is an example. There are times it happens. Even if a safety school rejects us, it doesn't mean that every school above that is by default going to reject you. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It is not. Last thing for people, what is next in life in terms of career? How prepared are you for an MBA right now?
I think
Honestly, like last year, if somebody gave you an admit on the plateau versus going through all this and now getting an admit, how different is the prep and the mindset, Jheel?
No, it is way different. Like last year, before I began this process, if someone would have told me Booth, I definitely would not have been ready, because the amount of work that goes into, identifying what you want to do next through the goals, assignments, and then, networking part of it, talking to people, all of that, that plays a really, really major role in identifying not just, how to get an admit, but what you want to do. So I know that I've spoken to people. I know that this is what they have told me about the recruitment at their school. I know that, these are my goals. I know my resume. I believe in my profile after this, exercise. So that is really important. And being prepared about the B school, I think I still have work to do. I will still need some amount of preparation before I'm able to say that, yes, I'm ready to join Booth. But in terms of profile, in terms of actually believing that, you got in here, I think this entire process is necessary.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Rockstar. It was an amazing experience working with you, onwards and upwards. Hey, we forgot one thing. How much scholarship did you get from Chicago Booth? You forgot the scholarship part. $40,000 from Chicago Booth. How much did you get from Stern?
50K.
Okay. Thank you so much.